Okay, I guess this is how I'm going to have to do this because the thing is being weird today, everybody. So, these are, I'm going to scratch down just a little bit so you can see me better. And thank everybody that's subscribing and visiting the channel and all that jazz. I appreciate it. I am a mess gardener. I love buying seeds and stuff, so I'm going to go through most of my seeds. 10% is still coming, but it's just some carrots and salad grunt, so I'll make another video just for them. That's fine. So, starting off with things that I've put into my garden already, I'm going to put them in like this so I can put them in one by one. This is the auroch. I never grew this before, so this is the first time I'm growing this. It's from Baker Creek. I love them because they're not GMO. So that is going in, and it's already all planted. I planted that whole packet. I have cauliflower that I still planted from last year. It's going to seed this year. I'll be saving seeds, so I'm going to fill this packet up with more seeds, so it's the same container with the same seeds. I just throw a handful in there and pluck them out, and survival of the fittest. But I have like 3 plants of this right now, and they're great plants. They like grow like in the winter for a fall-winter crop. Now this is this mammoth beet. Now I've never grown this. It's the non-GMO. These things get humongous. I'll see what that's all about this year. I started some indoors and outdoors, so it's very interesting. Kohlrabi, I'm a fan, but never grew the big one. So again, no GMO. These things are humongous. So let's see what that's going on. Like in the late fall, I'm thinking about making a soup with the celery root, kohlrabi, and some other stuff. I did plant zucchini. Now there's like a few different kinds of zucchini that I'm planting. This is one of 3. This is just the normal black beauty. This is the first time getting seeds from this company. I actually like this company. This is Everwild Farms. If you're interested in that, just contact me on any of my social media, and I'll told you where I got them from, the site and everything. But that zucchini is just your traditional that's in the store right now, out here in Michigan at least. So now I did plant some lettuce. This is the hybrid of butter crunch and Boston lettuce. So this would be interesting to notice really well because it's the white Boston butterhead lettuce, again from the Everwild Farms. I love them. They're great. I did get this one from Baker Creek. This is the Abe Lincoln tomato. This is what Abe Lincoln grew, so that's kind of interesting to grow. I got a few of those, and I'm going to be making clones of this year. So there'll be a video on how to clone and everything, and how I'm going to be doing it with natural hormone, using azels. This is the other one of the zucchini. This is, I'll read it off in a second, but I love this one because we cut it. It's very colorful. It is called Gazelle Summer Squash. Excuse me. Now, I just started this today as seed. I always call this dinosaur kale, but this is called Nero de Descana. It's like apparently cabbage. No, I'm not a fan of kale, so this is supposed to be very tender. Like you would pick like the center out, so it bushes out, so you have a huge mound of leaves in this late season. I could actually start that now because we're having like 36 degrees nights, so it will still grow fairly decent. This is the other zucchini that I'm growing. This is the summer squash, the yellow zucchini. It looks just like the green zucchini, except for it's got the green top on it. Let's see. This is also freckled romaine lettuce. I had grown this once before in a previous home, but these are real fun to grow. Like they're very indestructible. It's romaine lettuce on top of it, so it's great for salads. And I'm growing a huge array of different types of greens for salad greens. For instance, I'm using the collard greens, or I'm also using greens from the kohlrabi, the cauliflower, the broccoli, beet leaves, Swiss chard, all of that is going to be in the salad, which so you're going to see the seeds of them as we go through. So I'm just pulling them out one by one. Regular, like the stores, cucumber, and just the early, it's called straight 8. Thought it would be kind of fun growing something that's straight 8 because it surely ain't me, but like whatever. Here we go, we got that going in there. Now there's another one. It's a specialty beet called Avalanche. This is from Johnny Seed. I don't buy a lot of things from Johnny Seed, but they have certain seeds like that are pelleted and stuff that I have squirrels. So having them pelleted or something like that in a certain variety, which I did like my some of my beets and stuff like that because it grows a real big beet. It's a sugar beet, and I wanted to make sure that the squirrelies didn't eat them. So if they eat them, they're pelted. Well, they get sick from that. So they probably won't be doing that. But plus, most of them have a bright smell, and they know something's up. They don't touch the seed. But for the most part, Johnny Seeds are very good for that. So you have to pay attention if you don't want that. But the Avalanche is like a sugar beet. I'm using it as a sugar substitute. I'm going to be dehydrating them and then shredding it or something. A lot of stuff going on. This is the hybrid red beets, the Red Ace. This one is just a really fast 50-dayer. It just works really well in the whole garden and everything. So that's what I'm growing with the beets. This is another kind of romaine. This is Rogue de Hyver. It's my other only romaine lettuce I'm growing from seed. This rocks. It's very plentiful. It doesn't grow really tall. It doesn't bolt very fast for me. Grew this before just for the leaf. So there's a young plant that ripped the whole thing out. Never let them go to seed, so I'm going to let them go to seed this year because I want to make a nice mix of salad greens. When I say the seeds, just mix all of them as salad greens. And it's really cool. Later on video, I'm going to be showing how I'm using my spice containers for your seeds. And then you can just sprinkle them like seasonings, but it's the seeds. And it's a reuse project. Make sure you wash them and dry them properly. But they store in there quite nicely. They don't sweat or anything like that because there's openings. If you leave it cracked open, but you dry them and put them in there and you use them to sprinkle them from time to time. Easy way to sow your seeds without touching them and getting your human oils and salts and stuff on them. So that is why I definitely do that. I grew carrots before, but like I did some heirloom carrots here because I want to make my own mix of seed of rainbow carrots that's on the market. Like that's very commercialized. Like I don't like the white and I don't really care for the yellow as much. But I did get a yellow, but it's like a different kind of yellow. I'll have to get to that when I get into there. I still haven't pulled it out of the box. This is the carrot Nebula. It's the black carrot, or one of them. But it has the white center. A lot of people use these for juicing. I'm going to be growing these in stone pots on the fence line once it starts getting into there. But yeah, I'm going to be mixing a lot of different carrots, and they will be hybridizing as well. So the following year, they won't be true to the parent plant. Some of them will be mixed. So I might get a purple one with an orange center or something, like that. And that's how they hybridize. And then out of the watermelons, I'm going to be doing Orangelo. Most people think that this is going to be like a different taste than the other orange ones or even the red one. Tastes just like the red one. I do grow a white one, but that one's from Japan. This one is from Baker Creek, and never grew Orangelo before, so seeing how that goes. I haven't started the seeds yet. I'm going to probably wait until May to start them in the house. This is Bulldor. I believe this is the yellow beet, and from Johnny Seed, and these are really good. Like they're better than the red ones, and they grow in the shade. All the beets grow in the shade, so like it's really easy to just like grow them and be done with it, and save the seeds from them. Leave them in the ground over a year. Never take them out because I get a winter here. So like as long as you leave them in the ground, they will seed, and then you just grab the seeds and save them, replant them, and it's at the same time that you should actually plant them. And after 6 years, any of the plants will recognize a pattern and put in stored information to the seed, which makes it like an inborn behavior of it. Another, just a store-bought seed, is Cabbage. I didn't grow any of these this year. I didn't feel like really growing the cabbage. Takes up a lot of space and stuff. I'm just not really into it. I do have celery, but I don't really start it from seed. I try to grow seeds every year, but it doesn't really work for me. I'm going to end up buying plants. But I do root the cuttings with a store-bought one. And they do root, and I have videos on the channel of me showing you like the ones that I'm rooting. Another type of lettuce is the ruby leaf lettuce. This one is a good producer as well. I grown this one before. And they can grow right now on 40 degrees, 20 to 39. They love the cold weather. I planted some and we just had the frost and stuff again, and they are just a trooper. So like they're still going. This is another one. This is Rosa dairy leaf lettuce. This is the type of lettuce that you get in the store. You get like a fruit tray they laying the stuff with. But I still love growing this because I'll eat it in a salad. Loves shade. If you sprinkle seeds at your, I'm gonna put this down here for a moment. There we go. If you put like your seed by the drain pipes, you'll actually get like its natural response to keep reseeding itself. It's like a pre-annual. You don't have to water it because the drown spout's there for the most part. This is another one of the watermelon. This is this really weird, like 55-day watermelon that came from Japan. That's a personal sized watermelon. I'm growing it on the fence line. I'm going to grow all the seeds because there's only 10 in here. But it's supposed to produce a lot of seeds though. So I'm going to probably use this as a juice. I mix it with the beets. Like strain the seeds out of it and stuff. This is the white and purple carrot. The other carrot was the black carrot. Now this is the purple and the white carrot that's from Baker Creek. And it's called Ganef. And you should watch their video on that, where it came from. It's probably really good in soup, and that's what I'm going to be using it for. Now I got 2 packages of these free from the purple kohlrabi. Now I'm growing the big giant kohlrabi, but like this is the kohlrabi that like I really enjoy because it's got a different flavor. But the green, I never had grown the large one. I've always grown the small one, which I have one in the garden that's going to seed. I picked off the first flower petal pot out of it, whatever. Like it looked like broccoli, and that would make it want to do more, so I can get actually more seeds through the season. And the squirrels did eat like 40% of that bulb, and it's still producing a little shoot off the side and producing some seed. So never be discouraged. It's a bulb, even though it's ugly and it's half eaten by a squirrel, it will still grow seed as long as you keep that root base in there. And you have about 30% of the root bulb near the bottom of it at least, and it will still reproduce a little shoot to come out of there, and it will give you some seeds. So don't be discouraged on that. I never really freak out unless they eat the whole thing. So, but if you shoo them out of the garden, I'm going to be probably making a video on how I keep the squirrels out of the garden. But purple kohlrabi is the stuff. I got 1 pack of full seeds sprinkled everywhere, and they just came up. Now I have this in a pot growing in the house right now because we're getting cold temperatures. But this is the red sage, and I'm growing this to make swags of red, blue, and white sage all mixed in for a smudging stick. So if you are interested in watching me do that, that's not a pre-annual though. The blue one is. So when I get to the blue one, I'll have to show you what that looks like. I'm growing, like I said, both of them, and that's like a sun-loving plant, so that's going to go on the front. And then the gherkins, I've never grown gherkins. I'm actually growing them for like the neighbor on the side of the fence, and she's going to pickle them. I never had gherkins, so that's a new thing. This is just another cucumber. I've already started cucumbers, and they're outside in a double, like I put a plastic jug over another jug or a bucket. It's double lined because it will keep the ground temperature up in there and protect it better, especially for frost when it gets really, really cold in 29s and stuff, which we had a couple of days like that. So the weather's very bipolar right now, so cucumber is mostly like them are in the house in little trays and stuff still. I did put some basil outside and it did die, so thank God I still have seeds. I have my second runner-ups that I've got some in already established plants, and then I'm going to be cutting them and making bait rootings. And this is like in May with the plants, because to give them a boost, because I'm going to start seed again, but it's not going to take, it's going to take like 3 months before I can harvest them from the seed. Now, this is the yellow carrot that I'm growing. This one is from Afghanistan or the Middle East, and it's like a desert type carrot, and it's supposed to will be like when July and August is so dry in the yard, I'll be growing these because it's the only carrot that's like you don't have to water it as much, and it will be actually a grower. All my carrots are like stubby, short carrots. And then I had these Bosnian, I don't have pictures of the seeds, and I've got them in a package right now, but these seeds are from Bosnia. It's green beans from Bosnia, and these beans are crazy looking. They're like marble-like, tan and brown. So I'm going to be mixing that with the Vienna beans when I get to those. I'll be growing them together and hybridizing them. This is the long rogue sang carrot. These are the other carrots that I got that are like, they're orange and red and a little bit of green and a little bit of ring of purple. It's up there like rainbowish to themselves. So I'm definitely growing these. These are fun. This is the dark purple Opal basil. These are like my favorite. They got a little bit of licorice taste to them. I'm growing 4 different kinds of basil this year, so that's one of them at least. This is the red Reuben Basil. Now, the dark opal and the difference between the Reuben, one is like a purple and green, which I have videos of that already growing, and then there's the dark purple, and it's authentically purple, and that's what that one is. And then I just have the sweet basil, like just regular sweet basil. Those are the basils that I'm growing. Just putting stuff, keeping it organized. Okay, here is this blue sage that I'm growing. It's like I still have quite a bit of plants I haven't separated from the main jug. I grow a bunch of seeds and let them grow, and then when it's time to go outside, I just break them all apart, and then I plant them as individual plants. I haven't done that with this yet. Like it's a pre-annual plant. I'm kind of like want to plant it as a whole little thing because they're so fragile looking, and because they are a biannual, or something like that, some people said. I've never grown it before, but I'm gonna probably take this and I'm just gonna separate them later. I'm gonna keep them in the same container. This is the only other weird green bean that I'm growing. The snake bean. I'm gonna be putting it in wonton soup and stuff. Only 5 seeds in here, so I'm waiting till exactly frost is completely over with. And I know that it's going to be making it, so I'll be growing those. I already have some of these started. This is the Vienna beans from Italy. I'll be growing those definitely. Here's the Vulcan Swiss chard. This one's really, really dark. The seeds are, it's a good provider of seeds. It makes a lot of seeds. But this one is the most hardy and the most popular. So when you see the red in the stores and stuff like that, that's usually what you see. I also have the orange. Now, I bought rainbow Swiss chard, and I don't like the white and the pink. Or the yellow for that matter. So I'm only growing orange and red. And those are the colors of those because they're real sugary. I'm going to start some rosemary in the summer. Also, I'm going to grow some winter squash in the summer. I'm resowing some oregano. I pull the whole thing up every year when I use it, so... But then I gotta remember that like oregano is a pre-annual, it will grow back, so I don't have to pull that out anymore. Mandarin, I'm gonna be growing some more of that. Also some thyme, which is really good at keeping away mosquitoes. And this is all the summer stuff that I'm growing, like I have some chamomile. And then I'm gonna take you into the plant room, and then we're going to talk about like the plants and what they look like, and then how I'm doing the celery and stuff. Be right back.